Hello and welcome to Wonderland. My name is Allison. I'm so glad that you are joining us today to talk about the solar eclipse in Libra for October 14th of 2023. We've got a lot to talk about, and we've also got a tarot reading, a collective tarot reading for anyone who might be watching this around the time of October 2023. So let's jump into it. So first things first, basically a solar eclipse means that the sun is being eclipsed or blocked. In this case, it is the moon that, as let's say that Gizmo is over here on the earth, and as the moon rotates around us around the time of an eclipse, it gets in direct alignment with the sun. So it's basically blocking out the sun. So normally we have on a new moon, the moon is dark anyways because it's here and the sun's light isn't actually hitting it. When it's over here, we have a full moon because this light of the sun is able to totally shine on the moon and illuminate it. And as it makes its way around the earth throughout the month, that's how we get our different phases because just the angle that the sun is hitting the moon creates uh, the crescents that you see or the half that you see. So normally on a new moon, we have a dark moon. The light of the sun isn't reflecting off of the moon at all. So when we are also blocking out the light of the sun during the day during an eclipse, that means the daytime is a little bit darker as well. So, what happens when we have a dark moon and then a solar eclipse, meaning a blocked sun? We just have experience more darkness. We experience more shadow. We experience less light. The solar eclipse on October 14th will be in the sign of Libra. Libra, as you can see, is the scales. And when we think of the scales, we think of balance, we think of justice. And we also want to remember that Libra, the sign of Libra, is ruled by Venus. So we want to think about relationships and we want to think about the heart and we want to think about love. So the sign that the moon is in can give you kind of an idea of what things might be coming to the surface, what things revolving balance or relationship or fairness within your life might be hidden in the shadows are going to come to the surface. Now, personally, I feel like this eclipse season is wrapping up a lot of the lessons that we have learned in 2023. 2023 in numerology breaks down to the number 7. So, this entire year is about creating harmony and balance in our life. And I think that the obstacles that the eclipse in the spring brought up for us helped us to integrate those lessons, what if we chose to integrate them or not. And the eclipses here in October, I think, are kind of bookending the year and kind of finalizing those lessons. If we need to work on them some more, then probably going to work on them next year in next year's eclipse. So every obstacle or lesson or integration that you experience is taking a little chunk at a time. You don't have to do this deep shadow work all at once. You kind of chisel away at it a little bit by a little bit. And then eventually you can like mold and shape and integrate and let go or hold on to the things that you feel like you need to at this time. And I also want to mention too that I believe this entire year, 2023, has been integrating the experiences that we have had the last 3 years since we have all collectively been experiencing the effects of a global pandemic. And we are continue to experience those effects. And we are slowly, step by step and bit by bit, learning how to create this new world and this new reality. So next year, we have an 8 year, and this is about solidifying those foundations that we've made, the integration, the new and the better and the collectively supportive world that we want to live in. So this year was about the integration, and hopefully we can head into the fall, continue to shed and release and integrate the things that we need to integrate, contemplate the things that we need to contemplate in the hibernation season of winter. And I think that this eclipse is probably just the stepping off point for those things to finalize those integrations, to lick those wounds a little bit more, and to kind of contemplate, like, where do we want to go? How do we make our lives better? How do we make our lives better for everybody? So at the beginning of 2023, I pulled a few cards for each of the eclipses of 2023. We have four total in a year. And these are the cards that came up for the Libra eclipse. And in the center here, this was a card that came up for multiple eclipses as well as part of an overall theme for 2023. So the 5 of swords is a card of either self-sabotage or getting ahead by stepping on others. Maybe kind of feeling guilty. Maybe you got a promotion, you won something, something good happened to you, but deep down in your heart, you know that you were stepping on a few toes to get there. Maybe you didn't do everything fairly to get there. And Libra doesn't like things that are unfair. So, a common theme for this year has been stop the self sabotage and don't put anybody down so that you can get ahead. This is about being fair for everybody. Nobody succeeds if we all don't succeed. We don't have to push each other down just to get ahead, to get where we want to be in life. This is what Libra teaches us, and this is hopefully what we are all awakening to realize, that, hey, wait, I'm not the only one suffering here. Everybody's suffering. Let's be kinder and gentler and lead with our hearts. And along with it, we have the 8 of Swords, which is about stepping out of this self-made prison. Like, it's comfy and cozy in your prison. You've gotten used to it. You've got your bills paid. You've got a roof over your head. But maybe you're not really happy where you are, but you're just kind of like, it's comfy, it's easy. I don't have to like think. I don't have to grow. I don't have to change. I don't have to transform. And eclipses are all about transformation. So this is stepping out of your self-made prison. And sometimes it's even the thoughts that we continuously say to ourselves over and over again, like, oh, if only I had this, then I could do this. And these are just lies that we tell ourselves to make things seem easier, to make things seem better. But in reality, deep down, we know, wait, I could do better. I could be better. I could be kinder. I could go for that thing that I really, really want. You think like, "Oh, I don't have enough money to take this class," or I'm not qualified to take this job," or I don't have enough time to write this book. I don't have time to create the art that I want to create. I don't have time, or I don't have money. I'm not able. We just use these excuses over and over and over again to make ourselves complacent so that we don't have to make those difficult decisions, and we don't have to take those risks, and we don't have to take a step out of our comfort zone. But it's time to take a step out of our comfort zone, and we can all learn to do that one step at a time. You don't have to take this great big leap and have it be so scary and frightening and uncomfortable. You can take one slow step at a time. And with the pages here, we're learning to do these things. We're learning. Don't beat yourself up because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to. Try again. Try something different. Maybe it'll work better next time. This is about learning and experiencing and taking one step at a time. So this was the general theme that came up for this October. And then I've pulled some cards. So I pulled these at the beginning of 2023, and now I've pulled some more to help get a little bit more clarity about what's happening for us on a collective level. So, the first card here is the Ace of Wands. This is new fire, new passion, new creativity, and it's just being handed it to you. It's like it's lighting, igniting that spark inside of you that feels motivated and inspired to do something. But you have to make a decision. Are you going to add some more kindling to that fire? Are you going to take a step forward towards that thing that lights you up? Or are you going to remain blindfolded, just like the woman who's in the cage here? Are you going to remain blindfolded and pretend like you don't see this opportunity? Are you going to pretend that you don't feel that fire in your belly that's like, oh, I want to do this thing? Are you going to pretend that you don't see it, or are you going to look at it and hold it and grasp it in your hand? And are you going to go for it? But what if it doesn't work out? But what if it doesn't work out? But what if this isn't really being handed to me? What if it's not really being handed to me? It's literally being handed to you. It's literally being handed to you. You're like, but all of these things didn't work out. All of these things didn't work out. And that was a horrible experience. And I still haven't gotten over that. But this new thing is different. This new thing is literally being handed to you out of nowhere from spirit. And you can make a choice. Do you want to go for it? Or do you want to remain blindfolded and complacent and content, but not like thriving? And again, we have our dear Page of Pentacles. We can learn as we move forward. We can learn as we will learn as we transform and as we grow and as we change and as we try new different things. Learn as you go. Try it and find out. Try it and find out. And look at this. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the help that we need. We have the support that we need. Ask for it. Ask for the people in your life for help. Ask for advice. Ask to talk about things. Ask to borrow money to do this thing. Hey, I really believe in this thing. Can you loan me this money so that I can get it started and I can pay you back? We can support each other. We can all succeed. No one succeeds if we all don't succeed. We can all help each other. We can all support each other. We can all grow and learn together. You don't have to do everything alone. You don't have to do everything alone. You don't have to do it by yourself. This is like, I think one of the greatest things that came out of the pandemic and having to do everything online is that we have formed these really strong communities of finally finding your people, finally finding the people that understand you and that believe in the same things that you believe in, and that really kind of just let you be yourself. I certainly have found that in the Wonderland community and a lot of the other tarot communities on Twitch. So, like, we can all support each other and we can all grow and we can all be the change that we want to see in the world. And look at that. The eclipse is not lasting very long. It's only a few minutes actually. I meant to look up the exact time. But look, the moon and these really strong, the 4 of cups can also represent grief. Like these really strong heavy emotions, we can look at them and we can process them and we can have the moon blocking this sunlight and we can go to that dark place. This is October. This is Halloween. We can be shadowy, we can be dark, and we can be spooky, and we can cry, and we can scream, and we can write down on paper all of the horrible thoughts and the negative things that we've done. We can look at that and examine that, and then we can burn it away, and then we can let it go, and then we can remind ourselves, but hey, look at all of these glorious, wonderful, light-filled things that I've also done. Look at how I've grown and changed this year, the last 3 years, the last 5, 10. Like, we are always, always, always growing, changing, and transforming, and the last 3 years it's been on hyperdrive. We've been speeding up this transformative awakening process, and look at how far you've come. Look, like, the light is still there just because look, you can stomp on that darkness, stomp on that skeleton. Those skeletons in your closet, they're in the past. We have to experience these negative things so that we can see how light the light is, so that we can see how joyful and bright and beautiful it is. So the sun will come out at the end of this eclipse, no matter what comes up for you. Remember that you have the community to support you. Reach out to your community if you need help and then laugh about it. Remember, I really think that the lesson of this year is being able to hold the light amongst the chaos. We have light and we have chaos. They can both exist at the same time. They have to both exist at the same time. There really isn't, when we have super light, high energy times, it's not going to last forever. It's not going to be here forever. And the same goes for the darkness. We can laugh and we can play and we can dream at the same time as it feels like the world is crumbling, because we know that the light is coming at the other side of that tunnel, of that darkness, of that tower that is crumbling. The light is on the other side of it. We have to believe, just don't get stuck in that darkness. And I'm speaking to myself here too. I get stuck in the darkness quite frequently, at least once a month. And I just have to let myself sit there and experience it. And then the next day or the next hour, the next minute, something shifts and changes because I allowed for that darkness. I allowed for that depth. I allowed for that sadness. And now we can feel light. So whatever comes up for you over this eclipse, know that the light is on the other side. I promise. I promise. And I'm speaking to you too, future Allison. The light is on the other side. The oracle messages that we have here are covenant, sacred contract, and winter's dream gestation period. So I want to read the message from the winter's dream. I believe we may have had this in the last eclipse actually. This is about making a sacred contract with yourself, with your soul, with your higher self, or with spirit or God or whoever, whatever higher power you believe in. This is about remembering that, hey, we had a plan when we came here, but also like recommitting yourself to that thing. Like, okay, I tripped up a little bit. Like, here we go. I really want to do this. Show me the signs, show me the light, show me the messages. I'm open to receiving. Let's do this. I'm ready to go. Recommitting to yourself, recommitting to your soul, recommitting to your inner child, who whatever it is that you feel like you need to be working on for this eclipse, and recommitting to it, recommitting to your best and highest good. Winter's dream gestation period, sanctuary, conscious awareness. The winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward, like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze towards the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in the quiet place. This is not a hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken! Awaken! Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not to act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. This is so very fitting for an eclipse. Like, allow yourself to be in that darkness, but wake up. Find the clarity and then wake up and go do it. So, just to wrap things up, I want to share with you again the Page of Pentacles. The pages are learning, growing, experiencing. They're also the messengers. So, look out for the signs, symbols, and messages from Spirit, but also allow yourself this time of practice, play, learning, exploration, and one step at a time. Listen to those messages, watch for those signs, and accept them. Accept the wand, accept the cup. drink from the cup, create with the wand. Even in your sadness, know that the help of your community is there. If you don't have people in your physical life that you feel like you can count on or feel like you can be vulnerable with, you always, always, always have your spirit team. So ask for help when you need it. Give help if you see that somebody needs it, and also allow yourself to receive it. Even in the darkness, the light is always there. That is what the moon teaches us. The moon gets dark and light every month, allowing for this flow, allowing for this change and gradual change and movement. The full moon is always there. The sun is always there. It just hasn't risen yet. So just remember, the sun and the light is always there, no matter how dark things get. Thank you so much for watching this solar eclipse video. If you're interested in more information like this, I do offer private tarot readings. I'm also the creator of the Just a Phase Moon Planner, and the 2024 planner is almost ready to order. So make sure you've liked, subscribed, you're following so that you are the first to know when 2024 is ready to print on demand. Thank you so much again for all of your support. I appreciate you so much. Here comes the sun.